Welcome back everyone to another video from AOE Leagues. Today we're looking at Khmer's Fast Castle. 23 population build order is perfect for maps like Hideout, and it's an incredibly fast castle. You'll be able to have a one stable knight production with bloodlines and a blacksmith ready to be prepped for your upgrades. So on this build order you will need to push deer, so it can be tricky with some map generations of Hideout. I've picked the hardest map generation of Hideout to kind of do this with, really, because you've only got 3 deer and they're all outside the palisades. Other map gens of Hideout is you can have 4 deer outside the palisades, you can have 4 deer inside the palisades, and that's particularly useful. If you have 4 deer inside your palisades, you're pretty much laughing because it's a lot easier. As you can see, I've had to destroy 2 palisade walls there, and that'll need to be plugged in later, so that all adds to the delay in the uptime. So it's actually a lot quicker if you have your deer inside. I just wanted to show you that it's perfectly possible with your deer outside. So you get your standard 6 on sheep, and then you'll want to have 3 villagers on the wood line. Now if you are interested in the written version of this build order, do drop a comment in the comment section. We'll contact you about how to get hold of it and see how you get on with this. It's a really good strategy for a very quick night rush. So we've got the 6 villagers on sheep. Shift click them, you don't want to be wasting any time at all. Get 2 villagers on one side of the lamb camp, the other villager on the other side. The next villager from the TC will go to grab the boar, and as you can see, this deer was fairly compliant, thankfully. The next villager you want to have queued up for the food underneath the TC. So in total we will eventually have 8 underneath the TC here. Of course you don't have to shoot the boar with your TC, just get the boar killed and down underneath your TC however you normally do it. That's the 8th villager now under the TC. The next villager is going to want to go near the berries to build 2 houses, and then we'll go to the berries. Meanwhile, our scout's active. Gonna try and get the next deer in. That stone pile was a bit annoying. We'll get there eventually. And then the next villager will go to build the mill and to the berries. You will need to force drop the food from the boar because they have a large carrying capacity, the villagers, for the boar food, and you don't want to keep any idle time for your TC. Okay, your next villagers are going to go to the berries, so you want to have 4 on berries in total. There's 3 at the moment. That's going to go to berries. And trying to get the 3rd deer in. You're going to have to force drop there for a second. Okay, now we're going to have 4 on berries, so now we want to get the next boar with the next villager that comes out of the teeth. As you see, this deer is being a bit annoying. That was probably my mistake, but it's fine. We'll get there eventually. So we're going to get the boar. As you can see, it's nicely timed. We've got 8 villagers all the way around that deer. The next villagers are all going to want to go underneath the TC. You see that one was, I didn't quite, waypoint it instantly, so there's a bit of idle time there with that villager. It's fine. So all the villagers are going to go underneath the TC until you hit 20 population, and then the next 3 villagers are going to go to gold. You might have just seen there what I did with that deer. Is the deer was about to go back. I shot it once, and that resets the pathing, and you can push it again. You will want to get 1 villager from the TC to build a house to block that palisade we deleted, and you want to go scout your opponent. So as you can see, this is a bit of idle time. If you didn't have your deer outside and you had them inside, you wouldn't need to do any of this, and you'd probably be up to Castle Age a bit quicker. We hit 20 population, so we started queuing the villagers to go to gold. We want 3 in total on gold, and then that'll be it. We'll click up to Feudal Age. Okay, we are up to Feudal Age. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day and enjoying this video. If you'd like to support the channel, please do hit the subscribe button, and to watch more content like this, hit the notification bell. Thanks, and let's get back to the video. Okay, so now we're well on our way to Feudal Age, We clicked up, of course, and we're going to start dropping 4 farms in total. We won't be able to afford it just quite yet, but just drop them as you can afford them. Now the thing with this build is there is an alternative build you can do without having to drop the farms, but that's only if you really have the 4 deer at the beginning of the game. Of course on Hideout you can have generations where there are 4 deer, but we're going through this particular build order for the worst case scenario where you only get 3. There will also be a bit of idle time from clicking up from Feudal Age to Castle Age, and that's because our deer were outside the base. Had they been inside, we would not have had to build this house, and that villager would have of course been on food, and so, you know, had more food quicker. But it's very marginal, and you still get Castle Age within sort of about 13 minutes, so it's incredibly fast, and that's with 1 stable production of knights with bloodlines. So once we're up to Castle Age being clicked up, there we are, we've done it just there, and once all the food is underneath the TC is gone, you shift click all 8 of your villagers that are underneath the TC to the straggler, but you take 2 to the wood line. So we'll have 5 villagers on the wood line, and we will have 6 villagers on the straggler trees. Of course, we've got our 4 farms now up and running, and what you want to do is save enough wood for your stable. You will take a villager from the gold to drop that stable. There we are, stable will go down, just a bit of readjustment here for my stable. Get it closer to the gold so we can get that stable down as soon as possible, efficiently, so that we can get bloodlines. Okay, so we also want to keep saving up wood for the blacksmith. We're going to be placing that down, but once the stable has been built, you want to get double bit axe next. So double bit axe is going to come in next, as soon as we can afford it. There we are, we've got double bit axe clicked, and now we're going to drop a blacksmith with this same villager that's building the stable. Okay, blacksmith foundations are going down. Now at this point you want to save enough wood, 120 wood in total, because you want to take 2 villagers to drop 2 further farms from the stragglers. We click bloodlines once the stable's up. Okay, 2 farms going down, and now the rest of the villagers, the 4 villagers remaining from stragglers, will go to gold. There we are, Castle Age is up. We queue up a knight, queue up a villager, and we're all set. We've got a decent number of villagers on food and gold, enough to keep the stable producing. And so that's our build order. Now you can be really aggressive, keep going forward with knights. At this stage, let's talk about numbers. So to keep 1 stable running, you need 6 farmers and 7 villagers on gold. At this point, what I like to do is start saving up for the blacksmith upgrades. Bear in mind you want to drop a house fairly soon as well so you don't get pop capped, but the next thing I tend to do is to get villagers to go to stragglers and start dropping farms when I can. The next steps are for me to get the blacksmith upgrades and just keep pushing with knights. Eventually you will want to consider getting horse collar and the gold mining upgrade, but in addition to that you perhaps want to get your second stable. For the second stable, to keep it running consistently, you will need to have 12 farmers and 14 on gold. So those are the numbers. Hope you guys found that build order useful. Try it out in your next ranked match on Hideout, and let me know how it went. Go and give it a go, but do drop a comment in the comment section if you feel you have any different adaptations, different takes on it, and just let me know how it got on the ranked ladder, if it worked well for you or not. Now, of course, let's not forget this does cater for probably the worst Hideout generation, which is 3 deer outside the palisades. If you've got deer inside your base, you're kind of laughing. It's going to be much easier and probably a bit quicker too. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that build order and enjoy the rest of your day, and see you in the next video.